Hey everybody, it's Andrew from 510 Books. It is it is Tuesday, June 24th, 2025. I sold 6 items on eBay in the last 24 hours. Just want to share a couple of them with you. Some interesting ones here. I actually listed this. It's 2 oversized books, coffee table books, the same books. These are ones that it's called Step Right This Way. It's about this guy who took a photographer who took Edward J. Kelty, who took a bunch of photographs of, or I'm sorry, he was a photographer for Ringling Brothers? Is that what they're called? Ringling Brothers, the circus act, way back in like the 30s, maybe even the 20s, actually. Sold 2 of those together. I had multiple copies for $20 for both of them, plus shipping. Listed it recently as I'm going through a lot of stuff, moving from the second bookstore over here. I am finding stuff that I'm listing on eBay and selling. This is another example, Codes and Ciphers. So these were books that were in boxes and crates in the very back room behind the bathroom that I have. I've showed it to you before if you've watched my channel for a while. And I had probably like 20 to 25, I'm still going through them, boxes and crates of books that I had not gotten to. And excited to be going, well, not excited, but glad to be going through them, just in the sense of like getting them sorted and deciding what I'm doing with them. But I sold this one, Codes and Ciphers. Sold pretty quickly. This kind of stuff, it's like secret writing through the ages, how to put your secret message in code and how to break the codes of others. Did not sell for a lot. It sold for like around 15 bucks if I remember correctly, but something that sells really fast. I'd rather just sell it for a cheap amount quickly than not sell it at all. I sold the CD, which wasn't worth it. This is what I thought I was gonna get 30 bucks for it, but sold it for not very much, less than, I think it was 10 bucks actually, $10. And then this book, I took an offer. It's from 1893. What is it called? The Christian View of God and the World in the Incarnation. So that's quite a mouthful. From 1893, very old book. What is that? 125 plus 7, 132 years old. $27 plus shipping. I had originally listed it for, oh, it's signed. Oh, look at that, it's signed. Originally listed it for 100 bucks. It's been sitting for a little bit. I'll just take this 27 and keep going. I sold this Bruce Springsteen 45 or 7-inch record that was, I think, actually I don't know. This is from a donation, but I'm trying to remember where this, let's see. Was this a record store day? Yeah, it was a record store day. They were only released on those days, and it sold for $36.39. That was from those 20 boxes of books. There was also some records in there. And then the big one of the day was this one. Look for this book. Lord Dunsany's autobiography, Patches of Sunlight. I listed this for $299.99. Ended up selling it for $197.99 plus shipping. That's right, almost $200 for this book. It's from 1938. Let's see if I can find it. There it is, Patches of Sunlight. There he is. This book goes for a lot of money. It did take, let's see, this was from the front of my bookstore, my second bookstore. It did take a little bit of time to sell, but I'll take a Longtail that sells for $197 any day of the week. So it's got some drawings and whatnot in here. I guess they're all drawings. That's probably part of why it's appealing. So 197 bucks. That was a really great sale. Yeah, 6 sales over the last 24 hours between Monday and Tuesday. So sales on eBay have picked up a bit, and we'll see how they go. Keep going. They keep coming in. I've got all these to list down here, starting to pile them up. I'm just trying to get through a bunch of new stuff that I got in. This is definitely the biggest and will likely be the largest donation of woodworking magazines I've ever received. It is up to this point, and I'm sure I won't receive another one that's as big as this. Yesterday, someone called me and saying if I was interested in all of this, and I said yes, because you never know. You just never know, guys. I don't tend to turn down any potential donate or any new inventory unless it's something I know definitively that I can't use. It's always worth it for someone to come by as well. I might say no, but usually I say yes. unless it just, something about it doesn't work. But someone had passed away. I believe it was actually his father, and he had a massive woodworking magazine collection. So we're talking about the big ones here are, which I wasn't aware of, but now I know, Woodsmith. And by the way, some of these come in binders, which is crazy. You can actually buy binders for the collection as you continue to get them. But Woodsmith, this is called Woodwork. There's a lot in there. This is the largest one, Fine Woodworking. It's that entire stack. And then the whole box down there is full. And then I've got other random ones. I've got Woodworker's Journal. This one's a big one, Shop Notes. And that box is full. As you can see, all of those Shop Notes binders are full. Then we have Better Home and Gardens Wood. And then we have American Woodworker. These stacks are all from the same magazine. This is Popular Woodworking Magazine. And then this one's a bunch of different ones. But those are what I got. Yeah, actually this whole thing is Woodsmith. I don't know. It's either Woodsmith or Fine Woodworking. It's the largest collection. And I know at least Woodsmith, it goes back to the very first issue from 1978. So I did some very surface searching on eBay for Woodsmith, and I saw that some people had these binders as well, had sold these lots. But this one might be bigger than anything I saw. But I saw anywhere from like 150 to 200 bucks. I don't know if this magazine is still being published. Probably is, but even if it's not, there's so many in here. I'm sure I can get good money for it. I had to separate them, which took a little bit of time. And now I'm going to have to organize them and go by magazine, and organize them by date to see exactly how many I have, how complete they are. As an example, though, I mean, I already looked up this one. I'm just going to, so if there's an individual magazine that, like these smaller ones, not that small, but even these here, this one, that one's pretty big, and that one, I'll probably be able to sell all of those together as individual lots. But of course, the Shop Notes, Fine Woodworking, Woodwork, and then this Woodsmith will all be able to be sold in big lots. But anyway, I got to do more deep diving into each individual one and see what they're going for. I'll probably start with the smaller ones and work my way up. But there's potentially a good amount of money in here. I don't know. I'm debating about whether I should just do local. The thing is, like, shipping this stuff is a pain, obviously. So I'm debating about just doing local pickup because I'm in Southern California. There might be somebody that would actually be willing to pick it up for the larger lots. But I'll figure that out going forward. So it's an example of a really crazy big donation that I got recently. Not crazy big, but big enough. And so I'll be diving into that. And like I mentioned earlier, I have these books to list on eBay. So that happens sometimes, and it's a good thing. I'm still in the process of getting my second unit here, having some issues with my insurer. You have to get insurance. They're requiring insurance, which they never did the first like 4.5 years, and now suddenly they're requiring it. They were asked for it anyway. And so I have to get that in place, and they're taking a little too long for that. Hopefully, it's Tuesday, so hopefully this week at some point I'll be able to get the keys and start moving in, at least so I won't have to keep moving the pallets in and out. That is driving me crazy. Pretty tired of that. But then I'll be able to start putting stuff in there. So yeah, we'll see what happens, or when that happens, hopefully sooner than later. I'm able to get in there July 1st, but I do have to have the insurance in place, and it is the 24th right now, so I can move it in 6 days? 7 days, whatever. So regardless, I'll be moving in soon, and I'll be sharing that with you. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and today was pretty slow. I don't know why I'm mentioning that at the end of the video, but a little bit slow today, but that happens. It enabled me to get through all those magazines and sort them out. And I'm excited to list them. But anyway, guys, I'll see you next video. Take care.